let me share something with you. I'm pretty sure by now you've seen the video of my last court hearing where we had all the people and we were leaving, and I said I had no comment, and then the media turned right around and asked for a comment anyway, and I said I had no comment. Subsequently, there was a news story that was put out because I didn't give a comment. They had to write about something. So they tried to write this story where they were talking about what we're talking about right now, about all of you people who keep posting interviews of me. Right now, we're not on social media. This is a private interview, but if you choose to post it, that's on you. Yeah. And what they were saying was, well, people are posting him and his conditions say he's not supposed to be on social media, but they're under different names. Like I got 30,000 names of people, and I'm posting as all these people. No. So we've gotten clarification.
Okay. And what's the clarification now?
Clarification is just what I said before. Okay. I cannot conduct activities on social media. I can't fire up my account and go live. I can't post on my account. But if I'm in a public place and you pull your phone out and you go live, that's not me.
Right. I got you. Yeah.
Okay. I am performing live. You can't say Michael Jackson. You can't moonwalk on social media. Okay, long as Mike don't fire up his account and moonwalk, he all right. Yeah. But if he do it outside on the balcony and everybody see it,
right,
that ain't Mike. Right, that ain't Mike. And up to this point, I've kept with those conditions. And I've matter of fact, my life is a lot different without social media. I'm back in the real world. It's been a year now. Remember, I don't have social media in my life, so it's interesting how things come to me now without social media.
Right,
you see what gets to you.
Right,
okay? Right. Everything don't get to you like it do on social media. It's overload. It's overload.
Yeah.
But when something is really serious, like when the brothers, not the brother, but the young man shot up the school in Michigan.
Right.
I didn't find out about that on no social media. You get what I mean? There were people talking about it in the stores. You know what I'm saying? They interrupted the news on real TV. You know what I mean? So you're like, okay, so something has happened. The bottom line is, I'm doing good, Chuck. And you should come out. And like you said, I don't claim to know the future. I just know the past, and the past is everything that I've been involved in the past year has resulted in some type of court action or some type of court case or some type of litigation that has helped us as individuals and as a people. But a lot of people think that they can go right back to doing the same old tactics that they did before and think they're going to get results like that. And then trying to act like it didn't happen is doing you a greater disservice because your enemy is watching.
Right.
Your own the same people that felt like they had to do something in this case are sitting back talking about, okay, in the other case, get that kind of attention. Nope.
Right.
Let them ride.
Yeah.
Let them ride. This is a long-term game. This is not a 5-year game. This is not a 10-year game. This is a 30 to 60-year game.
Right.
Remember when we went into Afghanistan, they said we could be here for 20 years and nobody took them seriously. And how long were they there? 20 years.
Definitely. I remember that. Would you have done anything differently? Is there anything differently you would have done? Do you feel like in hindsight?
Let me tell you something. I'm glad you asked me that, brother. I think that the problem that a lot of people have is that when they meet you, they think that you remain the same person for the rest of your life.
Right.
If you're not growing and evolving and changing and responding to the situations and the storms that life throws at you, you might be back to do this all over again. I'm not one of those people. I can look at people who talk about you or me from 5, 10, 20 years ago. Those are not the same people that are sitting in front of you right now. And I find it very interesting that a lot of people are willing to believe when people tell you, oh, that's the same person that used to do such and such, that you're that same person. This entire experience with the movement, the entire experience with the global movement, the militia itself, if you Google the word Black Militia now, the only thing that comes up is my face and the NFAC. We have become the definition of that. And it's crazy. It's so crazy now because the world has now redefine that definition and jam that in there. When all of that stuff started happening, for me at first, it wasn't even, I told you, I didn't even realize what was going on. I'm just trying to address an issue.
Yeah, right.
And a lot of other people want to address that issue too. However, looking back over the past year and then studying history, with what happened with folks who were involved in the civil rights movement, people who were involved in the Reconstruction movement, people who were involved in some of the back when, see, this is how they flipped it, back when black folks was aligned with Republicans. They weren't aligned. People keep forgetting that the parties flipped.
Yeah, I remember.
The Democrats was your enemy at one time, and the Republicans was the one that was trying to help you out. But they slowly they infiltrated each other's groups. Now they don't flip it. Now you hate the Republicans, and the Democrats acting like they your people.
Right.
But they both the same team. You get it? It's the Matrix resurrection. So you know, like I said, when I started looking at how things have gone in history, and I look at what's happening with me, and I look at how the black community has responded, and then I look at the diaspora, how in some places they just looking at America like they crazy. They still where they was always at. That's why they don't report on news overseas right now, because there's a lot of craziness going on overseas. They don't want y'all to see that. They want y'all to think that everybody is just calm and collective and getting their vaccine shots, and you just the last one. You need to come on in out the cold. But if you get a glimpse of international news right now, they are rioting and tearing up in every country for all kinds of reasons, because people finally had enough. Yeah. They had enough in all kinds of ways. So, like I said, this experience for me, for first, it was eye-opening. Then it was pleasing to see us coming together. In spite of our differences, in spite of our religious preferences, in spite of whatever group we belong to, it was great to see all of these different people on one accord. Right. Okay. But then when the feds came after me and the U.S. government went into the Operation Black Messiah mode, okay, if you don't know what that program is, please do.
I know. Okay? Nixon, I know.
Right. When they went into the Black Messiah mode, I think the thing that I became more was surprised at our people's response, because it's not like you don't know they wasn't going to do this. I told y'all they was going to do this. I said it was only a matter of time. And when they came, it was like everybody was shocked. And then they act like it was going to go away. I said this in the beginning. This is going to take a while. Right. I understand the system, and that's why I'm moving through it. It's been a year now. A year, and we just got a trial date set for April. Right. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. You go through the system. Right. And think about it. It took them a year to bring Rittenhouse to trial. It took them a year to bring the Ahmaud Arbery people to trial. Okay. Right. In my case, they're trying to do 2 cases at the same time. And so it's coming around about that time too. This is going to be over one way or the other in April of 2022. Yeah. It's either I'm free and this is over, or I put my fists in the air while I go to prison. I'll be back. You get what I'm saying? That's where we at. And for me to sit back and watch, it's amazing to me. That's why I'm in the spirits that I'm in, because I'm still learning, and y'all should still be learning. I'm still growing. Right. Yeah. You have no idea the conversations that I had with people who now reach out to me because of the situation that I'm in. And these are prominent Black people in Black education, Black media, the Black political movement, all type of people calling because they say you in the same position that some of these other people were in. So I would say that it's been amazing. Okay. It's been depressing. But it hasn't been scary. I think that's the part that people don't say. It hasn't, not one time have I been like, oh my God, what have I done? I gotta, no. Right. No, because that person can't show up because no one has showed up that brings that person out.
Got you. What I'm saying? I got you. Yo, back to the social media thing. I always thought that's an overt move to just stop you from reaching people. But to me, it had no bearing on anything related to the case. I mean, it just seemed like an odd move. Now I know we just stopped talking about that, but it just hit me. It seemed like that would be struck down or something. Did you try to strike that down? And did you?
It's public record. It is public record. This is no secret. That's what I said. A lot of people got lost in all the noise at first when all this happened. Within the first 2 weeks of them arresting me, we put forth a motion to the court to have that reversed, because that's normally something you put on people who's doing sex trafficking or video, some type of video. Right. We couldn't understand where that came from either. We and it wasn't part of the pre-release form. It wasn't one of the things you check. It was added as an addendum. They typed this throw this in there too. Okay, cool. We tried to get it reversed. And if anybody remembers, they sent a motion that said it was reversed. And I came back on the air. I did 2 shows, 2 big shows.
Okay.
And then the prosecutor or whoever it was came back off a Christmas vacation, because they happened around Christmas, came back New Year's, whatever, found out what they had done, wrote this big dissertation that he sent to the judge. The judge bought off on it and said, nah, we'll put him back the way it was. It's only now, a year later, that once we researched the law, once we did our own due diligence into who has jurisdiction, we come to find out that it's not the U.S. attorney that has the ability to put this into place. It's what they call pre-trial services. These are the people that the house arrest folks. They're a whole different division of the federal government. It's their job to make sure you abide by the conditions. And when the motion went forward, they were asked, do y'all have a problem with the bro going back on social media? They said no. If he say something crazy, we just shut him down and go get him. You get it? And that was the recommendation that went to the judge. But the U.S. attorney came back and wrote a book where he brought up a bunch of stuff that I have alleged to have said on my show, which has nothing to do with the case. You see what happened? So that's how all of that started kind of getting. So they like, well, if he said that, maybe we need to keep him off the air, because if he's crazy enough to say that, you let him back on the air, he gonna get up there and rile him up, set him off. That's what they think about us, but that's not true. So because of that, whenever there's what we call a violation of process, you don't go back and try to fight them on it. You let it stay the way it is. That's just another thing that they've done wrong. That's just another constitutional right that's been denied to this individual, that should this person become exonerated, those are grounds for a lawsuit.
Copy. Got you. So the ranks of the NFAC, I've seen lots of buzzing, some controversial, some people defecting. What's the leadership look like? Is it just hold tight, or are there people in place to continue on?
Our leadership within the NFAC is as active as ever. We know who we are. We are in communication with each other, and we're conducting our own activities. I don't talk about the inner workings of my organization. I never have. As far as people who are ex-members, that's on them. We never come out and divulge people's business and tell you why people left us. There's been a group of people who left and just made a public spectacle out of them leaving that nobody ever would have knew if they hadn't said anything. So no, we don't have to, we're fine. As I said before, the NFAC has done something that a lot of people don't know how to do, and that's keep our mouth shut.